Krystal feels like the result of an elaborate blunder wherein three distinct scripts were inadvertently shuffled together and then, presumably via a string of hijinks, the director inadvertently shot it throughout. It's the Friends episode where Rachel makes trifle with beef since her cookbook pages are stuck of films. If someone were to whisper that director William H. Macy made it as a tax write-off, I would instantly believe them. Composing a movie review of Krystal is a bafflingly tough endeavor, not least because one first must try to work out if it's a film in any respect.
Here is the premise. 18-year-old Taylor, Love, Simon's Nick Robinson, has a heart condition called paroxysmal atrial tachycardia, which means he has to avoid all excitement or risk his heart overexerting itself. The obvious metaphor pumps to life when Taylor meets a woman named Krystal, Rosario Dawson, on the beach asking him for a ride, or a phone to call an Uber. Taylor has a PAT attack and Krystal, who turns out to be a former stripper junkie alcoholic prostitute, drives him to the hospital. Turns out she didn't need a ride after all, I guess. Where she then faints when she sees needles. Motivated by his love for Krystal and his desire to impress her, Taylor adopts a leather-jacketed bad boy persona and pretends to be an alcoholic so he can stalk her at AA meetings.
Some other elements of this movie worth discussing. Krystal has a son in a wheelchair only 2 years younger than Taylor, whom Taylor befriends. The rapper T.I. plays Krystal's abusive ex-boyfriend. Taylor is haunted by hallucinations of the devil, who has the face of the man who killed his dog in a hit-and-run. Kathy Bates plays the owner of the gallery where Taylor works, and her character has terminal cancer. And because all this takes place in Georgia, approximately 40% of the cast are using truly mystifying Southern accents.
The creepiness of an 18-year-old pursuing and ultimately wooing a grown woman is never addressed. It is only ever painted as adorably winsome, underscored by a jangly banjo soundtrack. Things like addiction, sex work, and violently abusive ex-boyfriends, elements a lesser director might categorize as serious or worth dealing with respectfully, are played for broad comedy. When Krystal's ex threatens Taylor's family at knife point, the scene ends with a Three Stooges vibe accidental toe dismemberment. Occasionally, William Fichtner pops up as a swearing, drugged-out doctor from a different movie.
Macy co-stars as Taylor's dad, with his real-life wife, Felicity Huffman, as Taylor's mom, and the Flash star Grant Gustin as his brother, who also happens to be a painter. Presumably at one point, this movie had been about art, but who can really say? There's an equal chance that this movie was supposed to be about religion. Macy's character is a religious studies professor, plus there's all that devil stuff. Unfortunately, someone decided it was also supposed to be the world's least believable romance. And, you know, a cancer movie.
Astonishingly, everyone in the cast is a delight, which makes the movie even more confusing. The cognitive dissonance of charming performances in the fabric of a tonally inexplicable but scene-to-scene enjoyable film is something one must experience firsthand in order to understand. I'm tempted to recommend this movie to everyone just so I can be certain it wasn't a strange dream I had after seeing Love, Simon and then falling asleep to Casey Musgrave's music. C+.